So, good evening, friends. We are again meeting after some time gap. Uh, I'm sorry for this. I want to continue with this regularly. Uh, Let us start today. Om Sthapakaya cha Dharmasya Sarva Dharma Sarupine Avatar Vadisthaya Ramakrishna Te Namo. Om Janani Saradang Deving Ramakrishnang Jagadgurung Padapadme Taya Sritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Om Namo Srijati Rajaya Vivekananda Shurai Satchit Shukasarupne Swamine Tapoharine. Hope all of you are doing well. So, we are reading through Nation Building through Character Building by Swami Vivekananda. Uh, Essentially, these are his advices for our betterment of the nation, especially, and as a whole, the mankind. The last reading I did has not been perfectly done. There have been some technical issues, so I would like to start from there and then go beyond that. We see love everywhere in nature. Whatever in society is good and great and sublime is the working out of that love. Whatever in society is very bad, nay, diabolical, is also the ill directed working out of the same emotion of love. Bhakti Yoga is the science of higher love. It shows us how to direct it, it shows us how to control it, how to manage it, how to use it, how to give it a new aim, as it were, and from it obtain the highest and most glorious results. That is, how to make it lead us to spiritual blessedness. What is, after all, really required of us in this yoga is that our thirst after the beautiful should be directed to God. What is the beauty in the human face, in the sky, in the stars, and in the moon? It is only the partial apprehension of the real, all embracing divine beauty. He shining, everything shines. It is through His light that all things shine. Take this high position of bhakti, which makes you forget at once all your little personalities. Take yourself away from all the world's little selfish clingings. Do not look upon humanity as the center of all your human and higher interests. Stand as a witness, as a student, and observe the phenomena of nature. Have the feeling of personal non attachment with regard to man, and see how this mighty feeling of love is working itself out in the world. Sometimes a little friction is produced, but that is only in the course of the struggle to attain the higher real love. Sometimes there is a little fight or a little fall, but it is only by the way. Stand aside and freely let these frictions come. You feel the frictions only when you are in the current of the world, but when you are outside of it, simply as a witness and as a student, you will be able to see that there are millions and millions of channels in which God is manifesting Himself as love. There is no use of being a slave. There are higher things in this world than becoming a slave to a human being. Love and do good to everybody, but do not become a slave. In the first place, attachment degenerates us individually, and in the second place, makes us extremely selfish. Owing to this failing, we want to injure others, to do good to those we love. A good many of the wicked deeds done in this world are really done through attachment to certain persons. So, all attachment, accepting that for good works, should be avoided, but love should be given to everybody. Cultivate the virtue of obedience, but you must not sacrifice your own faith. No centralization is possible unless there is obedience to superiors. No great work can be done without this centralization of individual forces. What we are now is the result of our past practice. Again, practice makes us what we shall be. So practice the other way. One sort of turning round has brought us this way. Turn the other way and get out of it as soon as you can. Thinking of the senses has brought us down here to cry one moment, to rejoice the next, to be at the mercy of every breeze, slave to everything. This is shameful, and yet we call ourselves spirits. Go the other way. How is it to be realized? How is the dream to be broken? How shall we wake up from this dream that we are little men and women and all such things? We are the infinite being of the universe and have become materialized into these little beings, men and women, depending upon the sweet word of one man or the angry word of another, and so forth. What a terrible dependence! What a terrible slavery! I, who am beyond all pleasure and pain, whose reflection is the whole universe, little bits of whose life are the suns and moons and stars. I'm held down as a terrible slave. If you pinch my body, I feel pain. If one says a kind word, I begin to rejoice. See my condition: slave of the body, slave of the mind, slave of the world, slave of a good word, slave of a bad word, slave of passion, slave of happiness, slave of life, slave of death, slave of everything. This slavery has to be broken. How? This Atman has first to be heard, then reasoned upon, and then meditated upon. The truth has to be heard, then reflected upon, and then to be constantly asserted. There was a man in India, a sannyasin, who used to repeat Shivaham, I am bliss eternal. And a trigger, I'm sorry, and a tiger jumped on him. One day and dragged him. Just give me a few moments. I think there are some issues. Looks like we cannot continue for long. So I'll continue with the next part in the next session. So uh, let us stop here. Wish all of you stay well and stay blessed. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji.